Day 3 of the combine is in the books, and we had a Texas wide receiver run a sub 4.3, and it's not the one who said he would. It's not. We're going to be going over our winners and our losers from day 3. It's the wide receivers, the running backs, and the quarterbacks. So buckle in, strap up. Special thanks to our friends over at Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring today's video. More on them a little bit later, but let's go ahead. Let's talk running backs. Let's start with the running back room. Notable guys who didn't work out today. I think more specifically, maybe guys who didn't run the 40. Well, Ashton Genty, he's pushing that sucker off to his pro day. He's going to do all the workouts then. Cam Scattaboo didn't run a 40. And for the most part, I think that was about it. So let's just go ahead and jump into this sucker with probably the biggest winner of the day. I would say the two biggest winners of the day were you got Tootin at our Virginia Tech, ran a 4.32, looked mighty darn fast. He did a really good job. Also in the explosive drills, 40.5-inch vert. In the broad, he ended up having 10 feet, 10 inches. To give you a little context when it comes to, let's first talk about how this correlates, right? That's probably the better way to do this. When it comes to correlation, what correlates for the running back position when it comes to the NFL? Well, youth, size, and production. Really, none of the workouts correlate to, like, no one workout correlates to actual success in the NFL. So that's kind of important to note, right? But some of the guys that I think helped their stock push themselves up, it certainly was Tootin, dude. He had a darn good Tootin day. When it comes to the 40, the times you want to see for running backs, anything under a 4.45. When it comes to the vertical, anything over 37.5 inches. And when it comes to the broad, anything over 10 feet, 4 inches. Tootin did that. He stinking did that. He had a phenomenal day. The other guy I really do want to talk about is actually lower on the list when it comes to the 40 time. And that's going to be Taj Brooks out of Texas Tech. A guy that I think the general draft analyst community, that's kind of just like, he's a good running back, but you're going to worry about the speed at that size. And they probably stick him around like early day 3. Early to mid day 3. Well, I think he kind of solidified himself as maybe a 4th rounder. Maybe can sneak into day 2. He ends up running a 4.53. Much faster than I anticipated. I thought he'd be closer to that 4.6. So you love to see it. But on top of that, Brooks, the 3-cone, the agility on this cat, ran a 4.69. When it comes to these agility drills, when it comes to the 3-cone, anything under a 4.87, that's considered elite. He's 0.03 seconds away from that. That's hella good, especially for a back that is, what's the weight here? 5'9", 229. Ugh, I'm salivating. Let's go ahead. Let's get to the shuttle. He ran a 4.06. You might be like, okay, well, what are we talking about in percentiles there? Anything under a 4.11 is considered elite in the top 20 percentile. So you're I guess you're 80 to 99 percentile. Dude, Brooks crushed it today, man. Good on him. You love to see it. Those were probably my two largest winners on the day. Let's go back to this 40. I think a couple of the other guys, I think RJ Harvey really did a good job. If you want to talk about him in the 3rd round, I think, hey, you go do it. For 40, I thought that was a big time for him. Some of the guys that tested as we expected, like Travion Henderson, had a 4.43. Love to see it. Marion Hampton, man, he came in 6 foot, 221, ran a 4.46. Hell freaking yeah. You love to see it. Raheem Sanders, Rocket Sanders, actually had a pretty solid day. If you want to look at how he did in the drills, he was consistently among the guys with top speed through the drills, which pretty impressive. He came in to the combine today, 6'6", or excuse me, 6 foot, 224 pounds. I will say, not everyone can be a winner. Let me give a quick shout out to Quinshon Judkins, running a 4.48. I thought that was big for him. Top 50 guy. Damian Martinez, 4.51 at 6 foot, 226. That's a really good number as well. It's a really good number as well. Some of the guys that maybe didn't help their stock or just were on the lower end of this spectrum. You can say Jordan James. Jordan James was a guy that probably needed to run a little bit faster. Because now he's kind of like, are you this exception to smaller backs? Because he is 5'10", 205. Not the smallest back in the world. Definitely not. But he is kind of on the smaller end of the spectrum. Kind of hoping like 215 when you're at that 5'10". But it is what it is. When you are smaller, it's not like he's much smaller. You kind of want more elite testing. You just kind of do. Unless you happen to be Bucky Irvin, former teammate. Unless you happen to be Kyron Williams, which I didn't want to put him in that category. I wouldn't, because then now you're betting on the exception. You like the NFL draft. Matter of fact, you love the NFL draft, which means you're going to love my draft guide. If you want to know every player your team drafts or even signs as an undrafted free agent, then this is for you. My draft guide updates every day, and you'll be able to see those updates in real time as I add new evals and player backgrounds. It'll have analytics from this year and last year. It'll have the pro day and combine numbers. It'll even have my notes from the senior and Shrine Bowl. It's a one-time purchase of $30 via PayPal, Venmo, or the Cash App. You can check out the pinned comment or the description if you want to follow those links. And when you do purchase it, please be sure to include your email because it is a Google spreadsheet. So I'm going to require your email. Don't make me hunt it down because I will hunt you down. I will find you and I'll make sure you get your money's worth. Anywho, thanks for supporting the channel. Caleb Johnson, I didn't expect him to run exceptionally fast. He came in at 6'1", 224. People, I think, are going to knock him for the 4.57 40. But another guy who got to the drills, whether he was running like a Texas route, angle route, wheel route, or getting into the flats, he consistently had one of the higher times in miles per hour than most of the group. So, like, I'm not worried about it. I'm not. I do wish Devin Neal came in a little faster for 5.58. It shows up on tape, man. I mean, I always point to the 2023 game against Texas Tech. Or Tennessee Tech, excuse me, where on multiple runs, he got caught from behind. Multiple big runs, got caught from behind. And it's like, man, you should really separate from these guys from the FCS. He did not. Is that the end all be all? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Can you still be this chunk runner, gaining these chunky yards? Yes. So again, not the end all be all. He just kind of, you hoped it would be more, but this is the reality. This was the reality. Same with Kyle Manungai. You knew he wasn't going to be a fast guy. 4.6 flat. Kind of is what it is. Let's jump to actually some of the explosive drills because this is where you had Scattaboo perform. He did the vert, got a 39.5. Very good number. Giddens was another guy I didn't mention yet. He had a very solid day. We knew he was a pretty solid athlete. And I'm glad that he showed that he's not just explosive, but he had that long speed because I think he ran a 4.43. But Scattaboo, man, 39.5, man. And I mean, let's just go over these guys who are in the tested in the upper percentile. Again, that's higher than 37.5. You got Tootin, Giddens, Scattaboo, Edwards, Henderson, Judkins, Hampton, Harvey, Neal. Love to see it, Neal. Yarns. Like, all of them are in the upper percentile. Guys, I don't know if you know this. This running back class kind of good. So you're going to probably be asking, okay, well, who didn't hit these ideal metrics? Who are on the lower percentiles? Which means 31.5 inches or lower. Nobody. Nobody was. There were a couple of guys at, I think everyone tested at least in that like medium percentile when it came to their 40 time. And in the broad, I don't think anyone got under the anticipated, or at least got, I don't think anyone was under that or in that lower percentile, which would be, I think it is 9 feet 4 inches. Yeah, everybody was above. Everyone was above, and they were above cleanly. So you love to see it. The guys who did stand out in the broad, which would be 124 inches, so that's 10 feet 4 inches. It was Judkins, Giddens, Hampton, Tootin, Henderson, Harvey, Etienne, Martinez, Neal, Sampson. A large collection of names. Very good. But let's talk about the agility drills. This is probably where we would find a little bit of not variety, scarcity. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. It would be skewed a little bit. But Jackson, who ran, only 2 guys ran the 3 cone. 719. That's still not in that lower percentile. Again, you love to see it when it comes to the shuttle. The lowest one ended up being actually Tootin, who, again, he's explosive and he's more of this like, oh, I see the hole, I see daylight, bam, I'm gonna hit it and I'm gone. He ran a 441. When it comes to short shuttle, that is actually right there when it comes to the lower percentile. So he's just right there. He's going to be in that like 20 to 25th percentile. Hampton, we know he's a daylight runner, man. He's going to try to run through people. I'm big. I absorb contact. If I see daylight, I got the speed to make them pay for it. He ran a 4.4. I'm not mad about it. And I think it was Tosh Brooks was the only guy that ran in the upper percentile, but it's a very good running back class. Like at the end of the day, like I don't think anyone hurt their stock. Guys kind of solidified their stocks. Outside of like an Ollie Gordon, maybe if you wanted to say like a guy who was like, man, I really wish he performed better. It kind of is what it is. He was already kind of like falling down boards. Ulysses Bentley, a lot of people probably had a 7th round to UDFA grade on him. He's that guy. Again, I'm not. This running back class not only met expectations, but I think they exceeded it. But let's go ahead. Let's jump to the wide receiver class. But before we do that, let me give a shout out to our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. If you don't know, now you know. Underdog Fantasy is a great place to get in on a little action. It doesn't have to just be football. This whole week during the combine, you could have went higher or lower on 40 times. When it comes draft time, they got a lot of fun props to be had. But again, it's not just football. They got basketball, baseball. I always bring up esports because that just shocks the heck out of me. What can I say? They got cricket on there. Like you could get it on the action. They got daily promos. They do best ball right now, including rookie keys. I mean, sure, I would wait until I know where they're going, but they have it. They have it. So it's a great way to get in on the action. When you do sign up, please use promo code BROSHMO because they will match that first deposit up to $1,000. It's a great deal. But as always, play responsibly and play within your means. Let's go ahead. Talk about the wide receivers who did not participate. Travis Hunter, we kind of already knew that yesterday. He was with the corners. He figured he wasn't going to participate. Matthew Golden did the 40 and called it a day. Tetro McMillan doesn't even sound like he's going to do his pro day. So it's going to be similar to like a Marvin Harrison Jr. who was just like, yeah, I'm not going to do these workouts. I'm going to let my tape talk for me. I'm going to stand on that business. Emeka Ibuka did not participate today. Burden, I believe, only ran the 40. So I guess we'll find out if he did anything else. But other than that, you had a lot of Brew McCoy also was a guy that I don't think performed the workouts today. Let's go ahead. Let's get into some of the live results with the 40 time because now they're all official. Those are corners. Give me these wide receivers. Matthew Golden was the guy who had the fastest 40 among anybody. 4.29. Yo, legitimately, let's talk about this guy as one of the, like, if you didn't have him in the first round already, then there's a chance I think he goes top 20. Matter of fact, during the Senior Bowl, me, that franchise guy, and Alex from Hail Mary Sports, we all did a mock draft, and I took Golden at 12 for the Cowboys. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. I don't. He has really good film, became the alpha and wide receiver there for the Longhorns. So like, I thought he had a really solid showing. Dante Thornton had himself a day. Though, I mean, we know he's big. We know he's fast. Thornton coming in at, was it 6'5"? 6'5", 205 pounds. Oh, I feel like he was 214. I feel like he was 214 here at the combine. I haven't put in all my combine measurements for wide receivers yet. So let me just go confirm that. No, 205. Okay, cool. But 205, ran a 4.340. Have yourself a day, baby boo. Like, the dude flew. The dude absolutely flew. And I thought he had a solid day. Some people are being a little hard, which, I mean, a little hard on Isaiah Bond, which he probably kind of deserves it. After coming in and running only, what, a 4.39? Let's actually take a look at this. Where are you at? Yeah, only a 4.39. So golly, so slow. But these receivers came in and ran really fast. And if you want to talk about some of the workouts that correlate with wide receiver, it's not necessarily the 40. It's really not. It's youth. And then if you had to pick a workout that did correlate to success in the NFL, it's actually the vert. So we'll get to the vert in a second. But it's typically youth and the explosive drill being the vert. But let's go back to these 40 times. Dude, a lot of these guys test out really well. And when it came to 40 times, if you are 4.4 or lower, that's in the elite range. If we want to talk about what's a dangerous speed for wide receivers, it's 4.62 or higher, which there were a couple of guys where I was like, dang, dude, like, what the heck? I do want to get out in front of this because I have been a bit lower on Jalen Lane and Jalen Noel. Because, like, again, it's a bit biased on my part. I'm willing to call it out, dude. Like, if you're not new to the channel, you know I don't always love, like, the big possession wide receivers, the big vertical guys. And I kind of undervalue the slot guys. I just do. That's who I am. I know my biases, and I work around it. I try to work with it. I work around it, then I try to work with it. But with Noel and Lane, it was like what they did in drills today, explosive, or the 40, absolutely phenomenal, dude. Lane, a 4.34. You had Noel, a 4.39. Yep, 4.39 official. I gotta move these guys up. I simply have to move these guys up because they were pretty darn impressive. They just were. Now, a lot of these guys tested really well. Kyle Williams, 4.40. I love that. I'm a big fan of his. Isaiah Nair, if you're unfamiliar with the name, wide receiver out of Nebraska. You go back to 2021, had a big year with Wyoming, went to go transfer to Texas, ends up tearing his ACL in camp, misses the 2022 season, gets lost in the rotation in the 2023 year, transfers to Nebraska, and has a moderate season, which, to be fair, it's not like the passing volume was crazy there, or at least Nebraska's up and coming. They're up and coming. They got a young QB. They're up and coming. So, like, he had a fine enough year, right? And there was reports he was going to go to Louisville. He was going to use an extra year of eligibility to transfer. Instead, he decides, you know what? I'm just going to go into the NFL draft. Goes to the Shrine Bowl. Honestly, looked like one of the best receivers of the Shrine Bowl, if I'm going to be honest, because the dude is big and long. Pause. Yeah, I know what I said. He's coming in at 6'3", 222. 10.5-inch hands, close to 34-inch arms, big and long. And then he ran hella well. Like mama freaking Mia, dude. Mama freaking Mia. Here we go again. Bye-bye. Golly, it was good. Luther Burden, 4.41. Love to see it. Jalen Royals, 4.42. Though I will say, Jalen Royals, not exactly like super fast in the gauntlet drill. I think he was the 3rd slowest time, and you could actually even put Luther Burden, the 4th slowest time. Isaiah Nair, the 5th slowest time. They ran anywhere between 16 to 17 miles per hour in the gauntlet, which gauntlet drill, a lot of people invest in, are like, hey, guys that can run fast in this gauntlet drill. Typically, they end up doing really well in the NFL. The guys who did run the fastest in the gauntlet drill were guys like Jimmy Horn, who got up to close to 20 miles an hour. Jordan Watkins, close to 20 miles an hour. 2 guys that are very much slot players. Ja'Cory Brooks, who didn't run a 40, but he was pretty darn fast in the gauntlet. Jaden Higgins was also another player very fast in the gauntlet. My boy Elijah Badger, hyped the dude up there at the beginning of the year. Former Arizona State receiver, goes to Florida. Really has to sit on the bench for the first few games until Eugene Wilson gets hurt. Steps in, plays really well. Came in here, ran a 4.43. Let's go. My boy got up to 19 miles per hour in the gauntlet. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Let's talk about some of the guys on the lower end of the spectrum. Jaden Higgins running sub 4.5 I thought was big, huge. A lot of guys ran really well. If you want to talk about the guys that didn't run well, it's your Pat Bryant, 4.61. Like, I was kind of hoping, I know he's a big possession receiver, but I was kind of hoping he was a little bit faster than that. Ricky White, dumbfounded. I'm going back to the tape. I thought he had good speed. I thought he was sub 4.5. Didn't get close to it. I'm going back to the tape. Where was he at in the, I don't have numbers. Oh no. He was actually the slowest in the gauntlet. Not a great day. Josh Kelly. I knew he wasn't going to be fast. I don't like him at 4.7. Again, 4.62 is that number. He's well into that lower percentile. I like his tape as a possession guy, but he's been in a lot of offenses going back to Washington State and Texas Tech where they create space, and he's just out there being a smart receiver, tough to bring down after the catch, really good ball skills. Tough day for him. Tough day at the office. Let's talk about the, let's go to the vert. Because again, the vert, it's kind of that drill, right? It's that drill that's a big indicator, or at least it's the one that translates the most to success in the NFL. If you're I guess the measurement you're looking for in the higher percentiles, 38.5 or higher. Twitch. Sam Brown, who ran well today. He was up, him and Jalen O, 41.5 inches. Jalen Lane, 40 inches. Ty Felton, who also had a good day, 39.5. Isaiah Tesla, 39.5. I figured he'd do good in the explosive and the 40. He's still like a big slot, big vertical slot guy. I don't have a lot of faith in his tape. I just don't. That's where I'm at with Tesla. Jaden Higgins, 39. Alec Amener, 38.5. Chamiri DK, 38.5. Am I looking at this? Let me see. Is this just the second group of wide receivers? No, they include all the wide receivers. Okay, because the wide receivers ran 2 groups. I wanted to see if they had the gauntlet drill times all together. Actually, I might throw this on my draft guide because like this, it's kind of relevant. It's kind of relevant information. I might do that. We'll look into it. Gojo pounding at the door. Gave me a heart attack. But hey, man, we still got guys like Trey Harris, 38.5. He ran, I think, a 4.58. Was it 4.55? 4.54. Okay, so I figured he'd be above 4.5. 4.54. It's not a terrible number. It's not a terrible number. I don't think it's no like people like him in the top 50. I don't like him there. I like him somewhere in the 3rd round. Jimmy Horn, because what we're looking for 38.5. So that's the cutoff there. Now, what's the lower percentile? Did anyone hit under that? It's 32 inches or lower. Matter of fact, we did have a few players in that threshold. And I mean, to be fair, like you look at these guys and you probably think they're late day 3 or UDFAs, because they kind of are. It's Trishawn Holden, 32. LeJontay Wester, which I know he's got his fan base, but 32. Theo Weiss, 31. Rock Taylor, 35.5 or 30.5. And then Caden Prather, 30, who during the gauntlet drill, like, I don't know how to, like, during the gauntlet drill, how did he run? I hope he ran relatively well. He did. He ran relatively well. Because one of the quarterbacks threw the ball directly at his face. Like, come on, man. So again, this is the workout that translates the most. If you're looking for the most translatable workout, it's the vert. Do they have 3 cone times in? They do not. But let's take a look at the broad. The broad, when it comes to top times you are looking for, and they performed well. They did. 27 inches. That is 10 inches. 10 feet, 7 inches. We had Jalen Knowles in there. The usual names. The Jalen Lane. We got to talk about Tez Johnson. We will in a sec. Tez Johnson, who tested above that. Ty Felton, Tesla, DK, Higgins, Horn, A.O. Manor, Smith. All them tested in the higher percentile. You love to see it. Now let's talk about Tez Johnson. Tez Johnson came in even smaller, looking to run fast, or as fast as he could. Came off really explosive. Let's see it. 5'10". I think he was down to 154. You're probably going to take his Senior Bowl weight at 156. Did well in the explosive drills, but ultimately ended up running like a 4.5 in the 40. 4.51 in the 40. For a player that small, you want more than that. I don't think you touch him until early day 3. So any of that day 2 hype, I don't know if I would go in on that. I think at this point, I'd rather take like a Jalen Lane, a Jalen Knoll, maybe even Elijah Badger, because he's got size to him. Elijah Badger, if you're unaware, 6'2", 200, was a force missed tackle machine at Arizona State. And then actually this past season, I still think he had like 11 force missed tackles. But he was fed a lot of, to be fair, he was fed a lot of screens at Arizona State, where he had 26 force missed tackles in 2023. But like legit, you're gonna have to make some hard decisions about Tez. You just are. You just are. But that is your wide receivers. We could talk quarterback for a little bit, but like, I'm gonna be real, there's not much to talk about. Not many quarterbacks ran. Brady Cook ran. We knew he was already kind of fast, pretty athletic. Tyler Shuck, we know he's pretty fast in a straight line. Cool. So let's just go take a look at the participants and talk about who threw, who did not. So Cam Ward did not throw. Shador Sanders did not throw. Take him off. We're done talking about him. Jackson Dart looked really good throwing them deep balls. He really did. Quinn Ewers, he had a few moments here and there, but there were some inconsistencies. There certainly was. Like on the skinny posts, I felt like he was hitting high, which, hey, if you're gonna hit high over the middle, that feels like an interception to me. Just saying. Dylan Gabriel, he was a little inconsistent on like the C routes or the corner routes. I felt like he was throwing either out of bounds or not giving enough space to wide receivers. Jalen Milroe, I actually got to go back and watch. I don't really remember him throwing too much with this second group because, to be straight up, to be honest, I decided to start recording this after my stream. The guys were still throwing. There was still some participation. So again, more information can come out. Didn't watch Shuck. Will Howard. I thought he got into a groove late, but he was another guy that was missing. Like that first group of quarterbacks between like Quinn Ewers, oh, you had Seth Hennigan, you had Will Howard. Those guys, I just felt like they were missing a lot. Honestly, Max Brosmer, I felt like he might have been the most accurate, at least throughout all of the passing drills. Again, these guys are throwing against air. How much stock are you really going to put in that? But to be honest, not a ton. Not a ton. And you know what's the funny thing? Let's actually do this. You want to know what workout correlates the most when it comes to the quarterback position at the combine? Strangely enough, it's the broad jump. It's the broad jump that correlates the most to NFL success. You've had guys like Jalen Hurts and I think Justin Herbert who actually did really well. And you might want to, you might try to equate that to how they maneuver the pocket. It's probably the best way to put it. And when it comes to like, okay, then what exactly are you looking for from the quarterback? Anything higher than 9 feet is considered in the upper percentile. So what did we learn? Well, they're all in the upper percentile. I guess we didn't really learn much at all. But yeah, man, that's how day 3 kind of went. I guess before I head out, let's see if they got any of these 3-cone shuttle for wide receivers. They do not. But who are some of your favorite risers and fallers? Who did well? Who did poorly? You go ahead. Let me know in the comment section below. We'll be back at it tomorrow with the offensive line. And then on Monday, I'm going to go through all of it. And I'm going to give you my biggest risers, my biggest fallers from the 2025 NFL Scouting Combine. But as always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.